This is Cloud's podcast, where Indigenous voices are heard and truths are shared. I'm Cloud, and together we'll journey through stories of resilience, joy, and healing. Cloud's podcast. Creating a space where connection and empowerment thrive. On today's episode, it's the final one and the most important. I always save the best for last. So, we will be talking about unique challenges women face. Here with Catharine. She is another peer mentor for Assiniboine College. We've been both working together at a lot of events, like from movie night to pool and pizza night up at the North Hill, and get-togethers with the elders here at the Cultural Center on the east side. And today we just want to let our voices speak and be heard. With Catharine. Say hello, Catharine.
Hello.
What career have you chosen?
I'm taking hospitality business management.
Glad to meet you. What do you think are some big challenges Indigenous women face in education and careers?
So, my history is, I was a manager for 7 years. First off, I am female, Indigenous, and I'm also... I don't know if you'd say two-spirit, but I'm not straight. I got 3 minorities there.
Yeah.
And before I used to think it wasn't, like, it sucked because you got to work harder. I got to work 3 times as hard, you know. Mm-hmm. But, you know, going at it first. So being a woman and then two-spirited and then indigenous. So yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. And I used to always think like that, you know, being minority of 3, man, that really sucks. But now that how I look at it now is like, it makes me stronger because, you know, being a woman, being Indigenous and being not straight, it makes you stronger if you can rise up from it. I've worked in Alberta. I moved there to maybe 20 years old. Okay. And I worked for a grocery store. It was Save On Foods. And I managed to get a supervisor position. And I remember I had my team, I think of like 15 people. And I was working the grocery section. And I was delegating everyone, okay, you guys, you go and do this. And you guys go over here and you do this. And there was one guy who just looked at me straight in my face, turned around and started doing whatever he wanted to do. And then I was thinking like, why is that? And so I had to go to my manager and say, hey, this guy, he's not listening to what I'm telling him to do. So that guy, a white male, had to go up and tell that other white male to do what I said.
Yeah, right, because he's the boss.
Yeah, and he didn't want to listen to me. He didn't take me seriously or anything.
So, like, I know Alberta is kind of like, I think it's kind of like there's lots of racist people still around that area, you know what I mean? And I hear that, you know, yeah. I'm just not sure. I haven't lived there or worked around there, so.
I've experienced a lot of things, not just towards Native people.
Yeah.
When I moved to Calgary, the lady that I was renting from, right when we signed the papers and everything, she said, oh, I'm glad you're not, you know, and she said like another ethnicity. And she said, oh, those people should go back to where they're from. Mind you, this lady was Shichu Sabra. She was a black woman. I don't know where she was from, but she's telling people to go back to Africa or something, or East Indian or something like that, somewhere India. Or, I don't know.
So another person not from here was trying to be some way about another person that's not from here.
Yes, and I see that.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's funny.
That's one of the things that kind of bothers me because I'm very like. I embrace that we are multicultural, even though like I'm from Sioux Valley.
Yeah. So
I'm Dakota. We're like our own nation, so we're a sovereign nation.
Yeah. So like that's like Dakota TP, Dakota Plains. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So like technically you guys are originally from the States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, followed the buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is our our old hunting grounds up this way,
Mm-hmm.
and then all in that area.
My kids are actually from Sioux Valley.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I'm related.
Yeah, to them.
Anybody
Yeah,
Sioux
yeah,
Valley,
yeah.
you're related. I'm related to them.
That's funny, yeah. My family is the Assiniboine family. We're from Wyoming, like down south.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. But my ancestors, they came up, and they settled towards like Long Plain area, Portage area, and just
Yeah.
kind of like stayed there. But I came back this way, and yeah, had kids with a woman that was from Sioux Valley, and yeah, they're all good kids, man. They remind me of me a little bit, but sometimes they could be like their mom, which isn't that bad. How can women come together and support and empower each other through these challenges?
Being knowledgeable and also putting yourself in other people's shoes. And you see a lot of women, they always fight. It's over, man.
Most of the times, 99% of the times is over, man. But that's a good thing too, like women should really, do what they love and do what they enjoy. So, and school, work are good things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Especially for today's age, everything being so pricey, and
Oh man, yeah.
like transportation's like hard, especially when it's winter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Gas.
I drive out every day about 45 minutes for class. So yeah, just the price of everything. And yeah, like you were saying, that women are becoming more in bigger roles. That's actually I'm learning in our organization behavior management class. They're saying that women are actually beneficial to businesses, and they're actually preferred to like run because they have so many. Their experiences are different. Like they think more as a humanist, like a humanistic like way, where they put themselves more in people's shoes. And then with men, it's very kind
You
of black and white.
You gotta do that.
Yeah,
It's narrow-minded.
yeah.
Right?
It's more like I can't think of the word, but it's very concrete. Whereas women, it's more humanistic. Like, yeah, we know all of what needs to be done, but also we think outside the box of thinking of like, well, if I were that person, like how would I do this and how would I feel and how would I treat, like more humanity towards it. And
You're more like more softer and more understanding, right? Like into a lot of stuff. There's not just a yes or no, right? Yeah.
But also, like, we need that balance. I think life is always just about balance. You can't have too much of a good thing. Can't have too much of a bad thing either.
Like you need stress as in homework, work, your children, or like working out, on your body, anything's. Any stress is good stress, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, and like anything negative, there's always that positive in there. You just have to look for it too. Like, because I have 2 twin boys, and sometimes like if they're like, oh, mama, and they want to put on the TV, and like, no, you can go be bored, because that's where they really find their creativity. I read that somewhere. Go let your kids be bored. Let them play outside. Let them explore. Don't just be putting on the TV all the time. Which if I got to do homework, or I got to clean, I got to cook, and sometimes I'm guilty for that, but at least I know, like, okay, that's enough TV.
My sister did the same thing last week. I went to go visit, and they're like, get off your game, go outside, and took the controllers and sent all the kids outside.
Yeah.
So I was like,
It's
man,
good.
I used to have fun playing outside all the time. Do you think that in our traditional ways and our indigenous spirits, all the teachings that came from our ancestors, do you think they help overcome a lot of struggles for women these days, or do you think they?
Well, I am Dakota, so within the Dakota people of what I've been gathering, because I didn't grow up in Sioux Valley, I grew up in Brandon, so I've been learning that the women were the ones like the leaders wouldn't go forward with something without first acknowledging their elders and the women, because they had to have a say too.
I remember Crystal talking about that, because you guys are from the same place, right?
Yeah. Well, I think she's from Bird Hill, which is not that far.
Okay.
Yeah. But I got family up there too, and
are they the same, or Ojibwe, or Dakota?
I think they're Dakota.
Oh, okay.
Bird Hill.
Yeah. Right on. Well, I'm Ojibwe from Long Plain, and then my mom is Assiniboine. I don't know, a Sioux. They like to go by Sioux.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that's the same as Dakota. Is it?
I don't know, actually.
Yeah,
I
Sioux
don't know.
and Dakota.
Well, Sioux is like I think that's just the name that they're given more. Well, there's Ocheti Shekui, which is the 7 council fires. So that's all down south, and up here we're all like banded together.
Oh,
but we
okay.
have our own bands, like Sioux Valley.
Yeah.
Chinoopa Wakpa, which is Pipestone.
Oh, Pipestone.
Yeah. Yeah, Pipestone's a part of there, and I think Bird Hill too.
Swan Lake. It's all over the place, actually.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we're all connected somehow.
Yeah, we are. Definitely, because other people are marrying other res too, and then
Transferring over names.
Yeah. Yeah, because Crystal married one of my uncles, so I'm related to her now. But yeah, we're all kind of connected in some way, somewhere or another.
Yeah. In your view, how can men play a role in supporting and uplifting women in their personal and professional journeys?
Man, my husband.
Oh yeah.
My husband. He's Washiju. He's white,
okay, yeah.
but he's Irish. So, they had that whole famine, and then they had Native people send them food, and they've always been thankful. So he has a great appreciation for, my culture. And I told him, I was like, I'm not going to have kids with you if you don't learn the language. So he's learning more than me.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He's working at the res right now, and he's speaking with the elders there and everything. And yeah, I probably wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for him, because he's taking care of my kids. Mm-hmm. But also, like going back to what I was saying, like I'm not straight. Like my role, as people would say, oh, you're a woman, so your role is at home and take care of the kids and cook and clean.
So you're like the boss?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I'm
See,
making
that's what
the
I
bread.
mean by times change, like it's gonna be a woman's world, So
and he's good with that. He when I met him, he was a chef, so he already knows how to cook. Mm-hmm. And he's such a good father. Like, he plays with our kids and takes good care of them. And, we've had our ups and downs, and yeah, that's exactly it. You just have to keep going forward together and just be a team. Mm-hmm. You have to be a team with your significant other, because it's you against the world. Like, it's your best friend. You gotta have somebody on your side at all times.
Okay, you ever hear like when a girl goes to school and then let's just say she drops out, right? Mm. Let's just say she goes to drugs, alcohol, and then all of a sudden she gets pregnant, has a baby, right? Mm-hmm. But then she wants to change for the kid, right? Mm-hmm. And then she goes back to school, right? And then finds a career, gets a good job, gets a car, gets a house and everything, right? Mm-hmm. It's never an ending for them. And there's always hope. Mm-hmm. Either if you do it right away, if you come out of school, go straight to college, get all this, and then have kids, either way, just don't give up.
Yeah.
How'd you find it?
Oh, it was pretty cool.
But if you wanted to shout out anybody and say your name, you're more welcome.
I don't know. My babies. Yeah. My 2 boys.
All right. Yeah, this is episode 4, and I want to thank Catharine Kennedy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hope to see you guys soon. And this is the last episode.